Hello, Georgia. I wanted to touch base with you on some basics. Your sample was exactly what I asked for. Thank you very much. But it also demonstrated that, and I thank you for including the stitches on the needle because they are correctly positioned on the needle, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. I'm going to go with some basic long tail cast on for just a few stitches. So if you do it now, you could do it this way. It's the same end result, so there's no issue there. Let's just do a few stitches because I want to do the back and forth as best I can. I keep the tail over my thumb, you can see. That way the yarn that I knit with is continuous as it runs back. We're going to start with the knit stitch. I'm going to do it as a throw knitter, or English or American. There's all kinds of them. I call it a throw knitter because you throw the yarn around the needle. So let's start with the next stitch. We go in from the front and out the back. Take the yarn and wrap around, coming from behind the needle, forward. Now we pull the loop back through the window and move the stitch off the left-hand needle. Do you see this right here? That is so normal, and people freak out about it. And because it wants to hum up, they want to move it. Don't. It needs to stay where it is. Okay, in the front, around from the back, and off the needle. In from the front, around. Notice they say around from the back, not like this. That's around the front. I want to come around from the back and between the two needles, around from the back and between the two needles. Some people have the ability to flick. That's an actual word they use. Can you believe that? That where they go like this with it. I never mastered that as a throw knitter, but I did get pretty pick and fast. Anyway, so there's the end of our stitch. You notice that this one is big. That's just true because it has no friends to hold arms with. That's the reason for that. So now we're going to turn it over and we're going to purl. Here's my concern. I believe that you are wrapping this way. What I do know is that your stitch is twisted. It's conceivable. Let me think if I could find. You could be purling back like this. I don't think that's it. But this is the way we want to purl. So with the yarn in front, we go from back to front and between the two needles around the back and down. So from back to front, around the back. As you'll notice, we have the two needles like this. We go between them and around the front needle from the back. Around the front needle from the back. As a result, when I do this, I'm between the two needles around the back and back to the front. When I do this, we will get stitches that lay flat every time. In the sample that you sent me, do you see that their little legs do not cross, that they open up? They lay flat every time. I'm concerned that the twisted, you have a flat row in your sample, and there's also the twisted row. I'm concerned that the twisted row is a result of the purl that tends to be, it may not be. See, here's the hard part. I can't see you. So I don't know. I want to show you the correct position. I'm going to draw it because it's easier to illustrate. Let's pretend this is your needle. It is exactly the same going the other way. So it doesn't matter that I drew it this way. In other words, it could be that way. It doesn't matter. The stitch on the needle needs to come over the needle That is the correct position for a stitch on the needle. Now, the way that I talk about this when I teach it in class is here's our loop, like this. The right leg is forward on the needle. It is closest to me. If the left leg, so this is yay, okay. If the left leg is closest to me, it looks like that. So if at the end result you find, that is the drama, the left leg, well here, let's make sure we remind ourselves, no left leg forward. The left leg forward is an issue. On the pictures that you sent to me, the right leg was forward. It looked like this on the needle. Take a peek. You'll see what I mean. Here's the cool part about this. It doesn't matter whether it's a knit or a purl. It doesn't matter whether it's the right or the wrong side of the fabric. The right leg needs to be forward every time. How we go into it then means that we have stitches that lay like this, not twisted. That's what we don't want. We don't want them twisted. Georgia, I hope this helps. So I'm going to send this off in just a minute. Please reach out to me with any concerns or questions. I look forward to talking to you about it.